This session is in continuity to our previous discussions on chart layouts in Excel. And beginning from where we left off in our previous discussion, we are going to discuss about some more advanced vertical axis options available to us in Excel. And we've already discussed about these six options available to us. Now let's see some more advanced options. Now, these seven options are something that we have already discussed in a separate video, and they are repeated in this format axis options also, and they need not have any previous discussion. And you can refer to our previous videos for more information on the same. Now, the options which are worthwhile discussing is the number option and the axis options number available in this. The default that you would get selected in your number tab is the journal category, and the whole purpose of this number option is that it alters the way in which your numbers would appear in your vertical axis. So in this case, for example, if you want your vertical axis to appear in the form of a currency, you can have it by putting in the number of decimal places which you want to, by selecting the symbol of your currency, and selecting the type of the negative value which you want to have. So you can see in this case, my values have one value after the decimal place, and the dollar is the currency is dollar. And if there were negative numbers, they would appear in this manner. And not just that, you can even format your vertical axis in the form of a date, in the form of a time, or in the form of a percentage, and henceforth. So these are the whole lot of options which you can use to format your vertical axis in the way you want to. And as we move forward, let's focus our attention on these axis options over here. These are of paramount importance whenever you are creating up a chart, and they prove out to be quite handy if you are looking for custom versions of your charts in the end. So the first option over here is the axis options, and as you can see, it has to do something with the minimum and the maximum values, or the major and the minor units associated with my vertical axis over here. So let's just go to journal right now and see what effect does these axis options have on our axis. Now you can see the default values that have been selected are the auto ones, and as my recommendation, it is best to keep them as auto, but as the need arises, we can change it the way we want to. So the axis options of minimum indicates that what is the minimum value which my vertical axis can have. So either it can be automatic, or you fix it as much as you want. So I fix it to say 2000. So there you go. You can see that the whole of the options have now been modified to accommodate for the fact that the minimum value associated with my axis would be of 2000. I can change the whole thing to say 8000, and you can see the similar kind of a thing would be reflected over here. You can see the bars have become even more smaller, because instead of 0 as my smallest value, I have put 8000 as my smallest value, and the number of 9707 appears just right here. And just like this, we can even go ahead and modify the maximum values also. And what if I wanted a maximum value to be fixed and of 50,000 in number? So there you go. Now my vertical axis has a maximum value of 50,000, and the charts would be adjusted accordingly. In the auto number, you can see the whole thing was capped as 25,000 in accordance with the type of values that were into it, but we modified it to 50,000. But like I said, it's always best to keep it in the auto mode. Moving ahead, the concept of a major unit and a minor unit is the difference between two subsequent levels in the vertical axis. So now you can see the subsequent differences between vertical axis is of 5000. But what if I wanted to change this, and I wanted to change it to say 1000 only? So there you go. Now the bifurcations between the vertical axis are of 1000 nature, and you can see it is 0, 1000, 2000, and if I were to change this to 2500, say, You can see it is 0, 2500, 5000, 7500, and so on. The minor unit also has to deal with the bifurcations between individual of these things. And let's see if we would change it to say 1500 in this. Now the minor axis, the minor unit associated with this would be reflected once we introduce the minor grid lines in our chart, and its effect would be best seen after that. So we leave it on to that portion, having this value on the all in the on mode. The next thing is, what if you wanted your axis to appear in the form of a logarithmic scale? So all you need to do is you need to select the logarithmic value over here, and there it is. Now the whole of your values are now in proportion of a logarithmic scale of base 10, and the only difference is that it is now representing the whole of the values in the form of a logarithmic scale. Now be very cautious when you are having a scale of a logarithm in this, because it is always prone to misinterpretation. The next thing is, what if we wanted a vertical axis to appear to have, say, appear in the form of millions? So clicking on this, now a vertical axis is appearing in the form of millions of numbers, and you can see 0.025. It is not 0.025 here, it is 0.025 million over here, and accordingly what I put over here, the whole numbers would change. And again, like we discussed upon the horizontal axis, the major tick mark is again these tick marks that appear on the vertical axis, and you can change the way it appears in this, and you can have it in the across, you can have it in the outside, you can have it in the inside, or don't have it at all. Same goes for the minor ticks also, and the same thing goes for the axis labels also. What if you wanted your axis to appear, if you want your axis to appear on the right side, select the high. If you wanted to expect the form of low, you can expect it on the left side. What if you wanted none? If you don't want the vertical axis to have numbers, you can have a none in this. And horizontal axis, again, now where do you want the horizontal axis to cross your vertical axis? In this case, it is the default is automatic, and if you want to change it to say a specified value, you can go ahead and change it to say 2000. Now you can see the whole value would let's see this. Yeah, the vertical, now the x-axis would be crossing the x-axis would be crossing my vertical axis at the position of 2000 instead of the 0th value. And if I want my vertical axis to cross at the maximum axis value, I can even do that. And you can see the whole chart now reverses in proportion, and the horizontal axis goes upwards and the vertical axis remains the same. So this is all about the vertical axis options available to us in an Excel chart. Thank you for watching.